Hi guys, my name is Desiree at All See in the Barn today. So today has been super busy. So today we did a lot of dentals. He just got his dental done, and let's just say that his sheath is a little swollen. So he's in happy juice. So I'm going to put the hot mix. It's basically helped the swelling goes down. You see his sheath is a little swollen. So my main focus is I'm going to spread it all around, and I'm going to see how he is, because some horses will react it. So I'm going to pet it, and then I'm going to touch it. Right now he's a little sedated, so he's not going to feel any of this. So basically when I do this, the hot mix is going to help the swelling go down. He either needs to be clean, it's just so swollen, and I can smell it because his sheath stink. He just needs to be clean. Clean sheath takes about, I would clean a sheath about every 6 months so it doesn't get a beam. He's one of the newbies that came in last week. We're just trying to get everything going. He'll most likely be a pasture pet, and then get him a little weight on, and then we'll see from him. You basically rub it in. Tomorrow's gonna get the swelling down. And now I'm being picky. Okay. Right now I'm just cleaning the area, and like when he pees, like all this is in it. Oh my God, that's disgusting. I'm just cleaning the area. Ew, extra. Hot mix with DMSO, and I'm just cleaning it because I feel bad, and all that stuff, it's like so caked in. And like when he wakes up, when he pees, it's gonna feel so much better. It's basically like old sheath stuff. It has like good like rusty things, so like this stuff. Sheath is when they have the penis. Here, let me see if I could take it out so you guys can see it. So this is his penis. I'm gonna get it. It keeps going in. And normally when you clean the sheath, you get like a bag of water and with dish soap, and you could just clean it to make it nice and clean. And this is all dead skin. A lot of people will clean it with a towel. So basically the prevention of it is making sure the penis, like when they pee, is shooting straight. You don't want it all splatter, because it's hurting their stomach when they pee. And a lot of horses, boys will get like do the grunt sound. Like you'll notice if the horse is acting up, and you just need to clean the sheath.
Hello to all my all seated in a barn peeps. LeAnn here. I'm just coming to you to say, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's almost August, but I want everybody in October to set their calendars for Friday, October 10th. For our amazing main event, our second annual. It's gonna be nothing but fun, amazing food, casino, cigar bar, martini bar, hat bar from Penny's Gems. It's gonna be a night to remember here at the barn with live music, amazing people, and I just am here to tell you, mark it on your calendars, October 10th for an evening here at All Seated in a Barn. I look forward to seeing you then. Tickets should be available, so stay tuned on our social media. We'll be posting it. I look forward to seeing you then.
This is Dr. Lucas here at All Seated in a Barn. So we're doing some more intakes on some new horses. So we go over them stem to stern, make sure they're sound. Did some x-rays, those ones were good, so we were doing their dentals, and then when we come back, we're gonna do some more x-rays, make sure everything's good, finish our dentals, and get everybody vaccinated and get them good to go. We had an older Belgian draft, super sweet, and his mouth was so bad. You can tell that's why he was so skinny. Lack of nutrition, you never know where they come from, but we had to extract a couple teeth. He was missing a few teeth, so he'll be a lot happier now. What we did on this last one, we just did a general physical. He was due for a dental, got his vaccines done, and he's just a new man. This is our next guy on the list. We're gonna go over him, and we're gonna do some x-rays, make sure everything is good, and then if it all checks out, we'll get his teeth done and get him ready to go.
So today we did some dentals, and we had to pull a horse teeth out. It was the most satisfying that we ever found today. This poor old man, he's over here. So he's about 28 years old. He has a really pot mouth, basically really bad. But when we pulled them out, it was so cool because they were easy to come out. So with older horses, I think when they haven't got a dental done, it's just ready for them to come out. He has no name, so he just came in last week on Thursday. Look, this is all cool. I just rinsed everything out. Right here, this is like part of the flesh, part of his gum, so we just pull it out. Dr. Lucas have these really cool things to really yank them out. It's nice because we'll also numb their mouth so they don't really feel it, and then we'll just give him some electrolytes, some pain meds so he doesn't feel so bad, worse.
So today we have a sponsor who I love. Her name is Jennifer. Her and her husband and their business are sponsoring Castor and Pollux, and they completely sponsored their pen, literally anything that these two horses need. And sponsorship can look so different on so many levels. Like, people always think like sponsorship has to mean like you're fully covering that horse from start to finish, but it doesn't. Sponsoring could mean just a fly mask. It could mean just planting a tree by a horse's pen. It could mean sponsoring treats. But for them, it means everything. They really wanted to go on all in and give these horses everything to make their environment as peaceful as possible. And today that means planting trees and putting in irrigation. They have 4 Palo Verde trees, I think they're called. They're really drought resistant, really pretty, non-toxic trees for horses that are gonna go in around their pen. And that just adds an extra dynamic to what peace looks like and hopefully feels like for these horses. And not only do the trees look pretty, but they provide shade that gives birds a place to come in and land, and then the whole dynamic is just like a beautiful circle of like birds and shade and the horses and then harmony. I'm gonna have a heart attack, so if anyone would like to send help. My blood pressure is through the roof today, and if anyone wants to send me heart meds, water, just an oxygen tank perhaps in case I do go down, that would be great. So today, one of the horses that Kendall's working with is Domino. We rescued Domino out of the direct ship pen earlier this summer. Immediately it was clear to us he was a green horse. He hadn't had a lot of experience or handling, so that meant training. So we are blessed to have a really good team back in Texas that gets these horses in, they do groundwork, they kind of see where they're at. When they're assessing them, it's, is this horse gonna make a safe horse for the general public? Like, what is their temperament like? So Domino's one that passed all of that. He did really well in the initial stages of groundwork and under saddle. He's never bucked, he's never reared, and so whenever they kind of are going along that path of being a good boy or a good girl, we feel safe to bring them out here and have our trainer Kendall, who works here at All Seated in a Barn, kind of take over. And then she'll pick up and, you know, continue with groundwork, continue with desensitizing, continue with just showing them as much and exposing them to as much as we can, because it's about setting him up for success. In order to do that, we need to know what he's going to react to or respond to or needs more work on, that kind of a thing.
Okay, so we're walking over to the border barn to check out Tilly. She's one of the new arrivals we got from Texas. So this is Tilly. She's a reservation pony. She's been at the trainers in Texas and she's back here. She's gonna be getting an evaluation and seeing where she's at so that we can hopefully adopt her out soon. She's absolutely gorgeous, as you guys can see. So the first thing is to see how easy she is to catch. She's a reservation pony, so they're typically kind of feral and a little standoffish, but Tilly's friendly. So right now, obviously I want her to face me, but she's kind of doing herself already, which is good, and I'm not gonna stress her. But I also don't want her to turn her butt to me. Oh, mama, good girl. So her feet look great. She just got them done today and was a pretty good girl about that. So kind of now that we got the halter on, I want to do a little bit of, I guess people would call it imprinting, which is kind of something you do with a new foal, just kind of touch them all over and see how she acts to me, touching all different parts of her body before I get her out of this kind of comfortable, safe environment. Feeling her out, making sure that she's okay being touched everywhere. She's a little goosey right there on the back end, not too bad. And now I do have a hold of her head because if she did try and do something, I could just take her butt away from me like that. So she seems to be okay with all of this. Now just kind of add a little bit of movement. She's a little jumpy, but getting her used to all of this is gonna help her. This is kind of desensitizing her, I guess. And she's good with all of this. Obviously, I wouldn't want her running off, going around in circles, and that would tell me that I needed to do a little bit more desensitizing work with her. But she's past So now we're gonna take her out. I'm just gonna brush her off really quick and then get a saddle on her. Brushing the horse is part of desensitizing and imprinting them, so getting them used to everything, being touched everywhere. She is one of the prettiest horses I've ever seen, without a doubt. Yeah, we get a lot of really pretty res ponies. He's an interesting pattern. She just got her feet done today, but I'm still gonna pick them, just going through the motions of picking them up and everything. Going through the motions of picking up the feet gets them desensitized to that, helps them with the horseshoer and all that stuff too. Also important to check their back before you ride them. So obviously they shouldn't be like flinching and reacting when you run your finger right down this line right here. I do that just to make sure that their back's not sore before I ride them. It's just part of the grooming routine. Do that, and also on their legs. You know, you want to make sure there's no heat, no swelling, no puffiness in the tendons and stuff when you're picking up their feet. The next step is to saddle her. I'm not going to brush her mane and tail because the volunteers like to do that, and they like to give them baths and stuff and braid them. So now I'm just going to show her the saddle pad. She's been saddled before. She knows what all this is. She's kind of a little horse. The first layer is the saddle pad, and the second, this is the saddle blanket. Adds an extra layer and kind of decorative, but it also adds more protection. So this is a pretty heavy saddle. I'm just gonna show it to her, move around next to her with it. Like I said, she's been saddled and she's good, but you just still wanna kind of be respectful and let them know it's coming. I'm just smoothing everything out, making sure it's in the exact right place. So the top of the shoulder right here, I want the concho, which is right there, to be on the top of that, right behind that shoulder, top point of the shoulder up there. And like I said, she's a small horse, so it's hard to have a saddle fit her exactly perfectly. So right now I'm just letting the cinches down and smoothing everything out on this side. Ride a lot of horses, so you have to make sure that everything fits and is adjusted right. This needs to be in the middle of her chest, which it's already not, so I'm gonna have to shorten that. So this is the cinch under here, and then the latigo, which like holds up the cinch and will tighten everything up. And then I do have a back cinch on the saddle. So when you're saddling the horse, you want to do the front cinch first completely before you do the back cinch or the breast collar. Just in case, you know, the horse starts bucking or something, you don't want the saddle hooked on by just a back cinch. So I get it on, it's not tight, but it's secure. Now I'm going to hook up the rest of the saddle. And the back cinch you want tight, you don't want it loose because you don't want the horse to get their leg hung up in it. And if it's loose, there's no point for it even being there. Also, a loose back cinch can kind of spook horses sometimes when it slaps them. Now I gotta let the breast collar down. And this is the same thing on the adjustment. You want the middle part to be in the middle of the horse's chest and then adjust from there. And then it's the reverse. So when you take it off, you take off the breast collar first, then the back cinch, then the front cinch. Okay, now she's all saddled and I'm gonna get her a cookie. They are obsessed with these German muffins. I'm gonna get her out and then we're gonna do a little bit of lunging, warm her up a little bit, see if she's resistant in any areas that might need work before we ride her, and then we're gonna ride her. This is her snaffle bridle, so we're gonna ride her in a snaffle today because she is a baby. It's kind of like a step one bit. So that was preparing your horse for lunging.
So today is Wednesday, so we have Pat Point going on and we got some volunteers out today. So Leanne had called me in and asked me to look at Chuck. Well, Chuck has a massive pus pocket. So his leg up to his knee is swollen all the way down to the fetlock. So I sent a picture to Talia, which means I have to doctor it. This is where my favorite spots. favorite things to do because I like pus pockets. With him walking towards the wash rack, he walks really slow. If you did notice, his legs were shaking, which he's probably hurting himself. Right now, you can see him at the wash rack. It's dripping pus. So I'm going to give him a shot of antibiotics right now, and then I am going to drain his leg. When I doctor a horse like that, I like to clean it, hydrogen peroxide to clean any infection out, and then I will add the benzoyl wound dressing and silver spray, which means I have to keep a close eye on him this whole week. You have to see if he's putting weight on him. Do we need to put some bute in his bucket? Do we need to, he was fine yesterday. He probably did something to his pen sometime last night or this morning. Luckily, it's so nice to have volunteers or people out here just to see what's going on and could let one of us know, and I could treat it as soon as I can. Normally the pus will turn yellow. That's what you want. Once it's done healing, you want to see when it's white. And then some pus pockets will turn out really soft tissues. It's just like a fiber. That's okay as well. So I'm trying to clean all the gunk out around the area because once I get that going, I'm gonna put hydrogen peroxide inside the holes, which is cleaning the inside. That's totally fine for that. Meanwhile, I'm probably gonna squeeze as much pus out. See the rest of this flap right here? It's so squishy. I think there's pus pocket, which it is. I know, I'm sorry. There's some yellow gunk out. I don't think there's any pony like crazy. I don't know how he did it. I swear, these horses, they find a way to get themselves hurt. Hydrogen peroxide. So it's probably gonna stain for a little bit because this is something new for him. So how I always do it, you see that foam? It's hydrogen peroxide, I know, I'm sorry. So I'm squeezing all the hydrogen peroxide out. I'm probably gonna do this once a day. So if you put your finger right here, this is all pus right here, and it's like a fluid pocket. I know, I'm sorry. So I'm trying to take all this out because I don't want any of the new meds in, and it's gonna keep dripping off. So I'm trying to take all this fluid out. So this is the stuff that you're gonna put, benzoyl gel, wound dressing. I'm probably gonna pack it in the wound if I can. And you just pack it slowly. Today, it's gonna be dripping, which is fine. Most couple days will drip down his leg. My trick is to slowly be patient, don't be greedy. I will tell that to myself. All right, I'm being a little greedy because every time you pack it in, it comes off. Some days I'll put a spatula, like a spatula, and I could just wipe it, and you just put it on, and it covers the wound, and then covers the wound for you. So it's nice and flat. It's a Band-Aid. So silver spray is a Band-Aid. It covers all the wound to close in, so any bugs or anything doesn't go inside. So I'm gonna let it sit for a bit. All the bubbling is sticking. You see a little bit of the wound dressing going down. I'm gonna spray it one more time to close the area. It's a little swollen, so I'm gonna put the hot mix on it and just to help the swelling goes down. And then tomorrow I'm gonna clean it and doctor it, and depending on how I feel about it, and then I'll reapply it. And then I'm gonna give him a shot of antibiotics.
My name is Sophia, and I just finished brushing the donkey's hair in the donkey's pen. There's a whole bunch of new donkeys too, so it was fun meeting the new ones. The difference between the new donkeys that are here and the ones that have been here for a while is some of them are still, nervous and scared because they haven't met me before. And the new ones already know me, but it's so hard to remember everybody's name. But they're all sweet and they just want to be loved and get brushed and want all the treats and everything. My favorite part volunteering here is spending time with the animals. I love animals, especially farm animals. And I love horses and donkeys and zebras, and they have all of that here, even the goat. They're all super cute and super sweet and just want to be loved on.
Hi, my name is Marisa. I work with Path Point, and I am out here today with all of them volunteering. So yes, this is actually my first time out here today, and it's been a really cool experience. They've been showing me around all my individuals, teaching me the ropes and stuff. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So I've noticed that it genuinely brings out their fun side. Right now I have a horse chewing on a client's shirt, but it brings out their fun side. It's a willingness for them to want to actually help and to improve the lives of these animals, so it's great. And at the same time, the animals improve the lives of our individuals just by putting a smile on their face. Oh yeah, so they are so excited when they get to come here. When they find out it's time to volunteer at the barn, all hands go up, everybody volunteers, everybody wants to come out here. It's great. They genuinely, they do tussle over it a little bit, but once they're out here, they enjoy it so much. And so they come out weekly and we volunteer, so they love it out here.
So this is Showman. He's an ex-racehorse, and Tully's had him for a while. He was skin and bones when she rescued him, and he's finally in good enough shape that he's ready to get ridden. Moved into his second career. Racehorses are typically hard to teach us to stop, like we normally have our trail or regular horses stop. So that's what he's been working on. He's really great in every other area. He just needs to learn how to stop. He's great under the saddle. He just doesn't really have a good stop yet, but he's getting there. Basically, I'm just gonna warm him up. I'm gonna trot him a couple times both directions, and then I'm gonna start working on the stop, which he needs to be doing at a walk. And until he gets it out of walk, then he can move into doing it at a trot. We're just doing the little warm up. To kind of loosen him up, I'm doing a little posting. Then I'm gonna get him in a nice soft circle. It just teaches him to yield more to the bit pressure, which is what we need for him to stop. Good. Racehorses are generally ridden on constant pressure, which is the reins are constantly up like that and pulled back. They're not really loose. Also, they don't really turn, so he's learning how to follow his head. I don't really adjust the teaching style too much. I pretty much take them all back to ground, like if they have never been ridden before. So right now what I'm doing is getting him bending at the pole so his head's not straight up in the air. He's listening to the pressure of the bit. He did okay there, but for this little walking drill we're gonna do is to get him to stop off of my seat instead of my hands. So I don't want to have to pull on his mouth. I want him to understand that when I rock back in my seat and put my legs forward, that means stop. And also with the whoa. The way I teach him that is I'm just gonna pick a spot, and it's gonna be the same spot every time. I'm gonna go around and then stop on that spot with the same cues. Ho. So he kind of fought the pressure. He kind of opened his mouth and grabbed up the bit. Good boy. Ideally, I want him to back up a couple of steps, but since he's just learning this, a half a step is a win. And then we're gonna try that same spot. It also helps to put a ground pole there. Oh, good boy. So I know it doesn't look like much now, but watch him at day 100. And once he gets it down at the walk, then obviously we'll add speed. Normally we stop right there, so that's probably why he wants to stop right there. So the most important thing is pressure and release. As soon as I add that pressure on his mouth, as soon as I feel him give me an inch, I have to release it. Otherwise, if you stand there just holding constant pressure, the horse is gonna start fighting it. And it's better to kind of bump side to side. You can't really see it, but instead of just pulling both reins at the same time, kind of a centimeter bump side to side. He would throw his head and rear. Oh, good boy, back. He did not understand how to back up or anything. He's still fighting the pressure a little bit. You know, a lot of times it's just about being consistent and letting the horse get the right answer. That'll give him confidence. Oh. I mean, he's figuring out what I want now. He just hasn't added any urgency to it. We'll add the urgency when he's more confident with it. Oh, see, did you see he stopped without me pulling the reins that time? Back. He stopped completely off of my seat right there. So once he's consistently doing that, then I'll add trotting. Oh, back. See, so by stopping in the same place every time, gets them to anticipate it. We've pretty much accomplished what we want to accomplish today. It's baby steps. Our goal for next time would be to add a little bit more urgency and get him a little snappier on the responses. He did great today, and he's getting really soft and listening to leg pressure and everything.
One thing about All Seated in a Barn and our adoption program that we take very serious, and that's a little bit different from everybody else, is I will not adopt a horse out unless I wholeheartedly set the horse up for success. There's a difference between just adopting a horse out as a riding horse, but actually that the next 10 to 15 years, that horse is going to take care of the family that they're going to, but also the family will be in the position to take care of that horse. I'm not saying we get it right 100% of the time. It's something I take very serious. Is the most people that come to us to adopt horses are the general public. Their experience is not going to be up here like a rescue's or like a trainer's. It's not going to be necessarily the ground level, never had a horse before. Horses are horses, and they're going to take advantage of you, and they're going to test you. They're like big kids. If we can't stand behind them, then we've done them no service. And the whole point is to set them up for success. Although necessarily we don't adopt out maybe as many horses as some of these other rescues that just get them in, get them rehabbed, adopt them out. It's not because we don't have the ability to do that, it's because I choose not to. We're not a factory just pumping horses out. We have trainers, and I won't allow them to say a horse is ready unless I feel like the horse is ready. It is very rare that we have someone come to us to say that they want a project horse. And even then, all of our hackles goes up because we're like, okay, well that means a lot, a project horse. And what is your experience with horses and that would set this horse up for success by being a project horse for you? And what does a project horse mean to you? Is that like a totally wild horse? Is that a horse that's going to be stubborn? Is that a horse that's just going to be an easy, put it in the round pen, jip them around for a week or two, now you've got a saddle on their back? So like a project horse can mean so many different things. In adopting out even project horses, I have to make sure they're going to be set up for success. And I'm just a control freak, and I trust our trainers, and it's not that I don't trust the people wanting to adopt from us, but I like my hands there. I like to see what they're doing. I like to see how they're growing and how are they getting better? What are they learning? So when we do adopt out project horses, it's a very certain situation. In the grand scheme of things, I will not allow any of our horses to be adopted out as a riding horse unless I feel like I and my team can stand behind them as fully ready and able to go out into the public, into the world, without setting anyone up for failure. The best way to support us is always through donations, whether that be product that we need or monetary. And you can do that by joining our Patreon, going to the website, or visiting any of our social media platforms for links on the best ways to help us.